Why nice guys get stuck in friendships instead of sex, psychology tricks. A person's value is not defined by their kindness alone, but by the depth of their presence, their confidence, and the energy they bring into every moment. Let's be honest, many nice guys find themselves forever stuck in the friend zone. They are the ones who show up on time, listen intently, and are always ready to help, but despite their best efforts, they can't seem to move beyond friendship into something more intimate. It's frustrating, right? These guys, with their genuine care and attentiveness, are often passed over in favor of the bad boys who seem to have all the charm and attention of women. So, why does this happen? Why is it that no matter how considerate or supportive a guy is, he's often viewed as a friend, not a lover? The truth lies in the subtle psychology behind female attraction. It's not the lack of kindness that holds these men back, it's the deeper dynamics at play. Here's the kicker: women are often drawn to traits that go beyond being nice. While kindness is essential, other factors like confidence, emotional depth, and even a little bit of unpredictability are what create attraction. In fact, nice guys sometimes fall into the trap of being too available or too eager to please, which can be perceived as a lack of challenge or emotional depth, both of which are crucial to creating sexual attraction. If you're tired of seeing women walk past you in favor of someone else, it's time to take a closer look at the psychology behind attraction. By understanding these dynamics, you can start breaking free from the friend zone and become the man who not only attracts women, but keeps them interested. 1. Understanding female psychology. Many nice guys struggle with finding romance because they misunderstand the core of female attraction. Take John, for example. At 38, he is the epitome of kindness. He listens attentively, supports his female friends, and goes out of his way to help them when needed. Yet, despite his charm and good nature, he's always stuck in the dreaded friend zone. The reason why this happens lies in a fundamental misunderstanding of female psychology. First, it's important to understand that women's attraction isn't just based on the nice guy traits many men believe are essential for romantic success. Being kind, supportive, and attentive is certainly important, but those alone aren't the driving forces behind attraction. Women are drawn to men who possess a combination of confidence, emotional stability, and assertiveness. These traits create a magnetic presence that excites and challenges women. It's about the emotional charge that comes from a man who embodies strength, leadership, and unpredictability, rather than just being a predictable, safe friend. Women want to feel emotionally stirred. They want to be with someone who can lead, challenge, and inspire them, not just someone who listens empathetically. John's kindness may be admirable, but it lacks the deeper qualities that women find attractive in a romantic partner. Women need more than a man who is always agreeable and ready to please. They need someone who can stand tall with confidence, someone who can hold their ground and show that he's not just there to fulfill her emotional needs, but to create a dynamic, exciting relationship. However, this does not mean being cruel or disrespectful. It means striking a balance, maintaining self-confidence, independence, and assertiveness, while still being caring and considerate. Women are not looking for someone to take on a heroic role of constantly helping them, but they do need someone who can make them feel both emotionally secure and, at the same time, intrigued and excited. The key to standing out from the friend zone is to cultivate a presence that draws women in not only with kindness, but with assertive, masculine energy. You must understand that being nice is just one part of the equation. Women are looking for a partner who can offer stability and emotional depth, but also a partner who can challenge them and keep the relationship dynamic. When you're stuck in the friend zone, ask yourself, are you giving her the space to feel excitement, or are you just filling the role of the nice guy who's always available and safe? In essence, understanding female psychology means realizing that women seek much more than a friendly, supportive figure. They want someone who can offer emotional depth, stability, and even a bit of challenge to keep things interesting. If you're always in the friend zone, it might be time to reflect on your approach, inject some confidence into the mix, step away from people-pleasing, and embrace the assertiveness that will allow you to move beyond the friend zone and into a deeper, more passionate connection. Psychology tricks aren't about changing who you are, they're about amplifying the best parts of your personality. Female psychology can be complex, but once you understand it, you'll be able to navigate relationships with ease, create attraction, and build something lasting. You must be more than nice. You must be assertive, confident, and emotionally secure, qualities that will set you apart and make you irresistible. 2. The problem of low self confidence and passivity. Many men, especially those labeled as nice guys, find themselves stuck in a frustrating cycle where their relationships with women never progress beyond friendship. Why does this happen? A big part of the problem lies in their lack of self confidence and passivity, qualities that prevent them from taking the bold steps necessary to move beyond the friend zone. Take Mark, for example. At 45, he's the kind of guy who prides himself on being patient, understanding, and always ready to listen. While these are undoubtedly good qualities, they have placed him in a constant loop where his relationships with women never evolve into something more romantic. Why? The root of the issue is his inability to assert himself when it comes to expressing his desires or initiating a romantic connection. Mark is hesitant. He waits, hoping that his kindness will somehow be enough for the woman he cares about to see him in a romantic light. But this approach doesn't work. In fact, it only reinforces the idea that he's more of a friend than a potential lover. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude confidence, men who are not afraid to take charge, make decisions, and pursue what they want without hesitation. It's not about being arrogant or domineering. It's about showing a self-assured attitude that communicates, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm not afraid to go after it. Confidence is magnetic. When a man shows that he values himself and his desires, others are more likely to value him in return. But when a man like Mark remains passive, waiting for the woman to make all the moves, he finds himself sidelined, stuck in the friend zone, and overlooked for men who are more assertive and confident. The key to breaking this cycle is cultivating self-confidence. Many men, especially those who consider themselves nice guys, fail to recognize just how important self-assurance is in attracting a woman. Confidence radiates from someone who believes in their own worth. It's not about being perfect, nor is it about having everything together. It's about owning who you are and not being afraid to show it. A man who is comfortable in his own skin, who understands his own value, is far more attractive than one who constantly second-guesses himself. Men like Mark need to recognize that they deserve love and affection just as much as anyone else. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect or constantly winning. It comes from accepting oneself fully and embracing one's strengths and weaknesses alike. This means not waiting around for women to notice you or for circumstances to change. It means stepping forward with boldness, asserting your desires, and expressing your interest clearly and directly. To develop true confidence, men need to put in the effort. It's about engaging in activities that build self-esteem, whether it's pursuing a passion, getting in better shape, or taking on challenges that push you outside your comfort zone. Confidence is a skill that can be honed over time, and with patience and persistence, it will grow. Men need to stop waiting for women to make the first move or for external validation. They need to step forward with clarity and intent. In the end, being a high-value man isn't about being perfect. It's about knowing your worth, taking initiative, and not being afraid to show the world who you truly are. Women are attracted to men who embrace their masculinity, their purpose, and their passion. If you want to attract women, you must stop being passive. Instead, embody your masculine energy, show confidence, assertiveness, and self-respect. When you do, you'll find that you no longer get stuck in the friend zone. You'll attract the kind of relationships you deserve. 3. The lack of emotional tension and challenge. One critical element that many nice guys miss in their relationships with women is emotional tension, the spark, the magnetic pull that drives attraction and desire. Men like Ethan, 40, often believe that being agreeable and avoiding conflict is the key to a successful relationship. They think that keeping everything smooth and easy will ensure peace and happiness. But in reality, this approach often leads to a lack of excitement and passion, two ingredients essential for romantic and sexual attraction. In the world of attraction, Women aren't drawn to men who are always predictable or who avoid challenges. They are drawn to men who can bring emotional depth, who challenge them in ways that keep them intrigued. This doesn't mean playing games or being disrespectful. It means maintaining a sense of mystery and dynamic energy. When everything feels too easy or too predictable, the relationship stagnates. A bit of emotional tension is like the heat in a fire. It creates excitement and keeps the relationship alive. The absence of tension, however, doesn't mean you should flood your relationship with drama or conflict. What it does mean is that a relationship without challenges or unpredictability feels flat and unremarkable. A man who is always accommodating, like Ethan, may seem like a nice guy, but that very predictability makes him less interesting. Women desire men who can set boundaries, express their opinions clearly, and occasionally challenge them. This is the subtle difference between a relationship that's comfortable but dull and one that's thrilling and alive with passion. The key to stepping out of the friend zone and into a deeper, more passionate connection lies in creating emotional tension. This isn't about being manipulative or playing games. It's about showing that you're a man with passions, thoughts, and desires that are worth engaging with. It's about maintaining your independence, having your own life and opinions, and not being afraid to assert them. This sense of self is deeply rooted in Old Stoic wisdom, understanding your own worth and allowing others to experience it without compromise. In the realm of Stoicism, you learn to balance your own energy, create your own space, and let others step into it only when they recognize your value. When you show a woman that you have your own life and that you're not desperate for her approval, you'll naturally create an emotional charge that makes you irresistible. Be bold. Be confident. Let her feel your presence without pushing or pulling too hard. Like the Stoic philosophy encourages, embrace the iron mind approach, strong, unwavering, and calm in your convictions. With this mindset, you'll not only attract women but keep them intrigued. It's not about perfection or predictability. It's about being a man who is comfortable in his own skin and knowing that your worth doesn't depend on someone else's validation. To truly capture a woman's heart and move beyond the friend zone, you must master the balance of emotional tension and challenge. Set boundaries. Express your desires. Never settle for a relationship that feels comfortable but lacks passion. Instead, create a dynamic space where attraction can flourish and your masculine energy can shine through. That's how you break free from the friend zone and step into a deeper, more meaningful connection. Be the man who inspires desire, not through perfection, but through your own unapologetic strength and authenticity. Remember, in the words of the Stoic philosopher, he who is brave is free. Only through emotional depth, challenge, and a clear sense of self can you create the emotional tension that makes a relationship not only possible but magnetic. If you've learned something valuable today, take a moment to like, comment below, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on improving your relationships. Now, comment below with this affirmation: I create emotional depth and challenge in my relationships. It's time to stop being predictable and start living with passion and excitement. 4. The lack of independence and individuality. Many nice guys struggle to break out of the friend zone because they often lack individuality and independence. Take, for example, David, a 50-year-old man who spends all his time trying to please his girlfriend, believing that by doing so, he'll win her over. The truth is, this approach backfires. Women are naturally drawn to men who have their own lives, goals, and passions. When a man sacrifices his individuality to constantly make a woman happy, he ends up appearing needy and dependent, traits that are a huge turnoff. Women don't want someone who exists solely to fulfill their needs. They want someone who is self-sufficient and secure in who they are. David's situation is a perfect example. He gives up his hobbies and ambitions, always making himself available to help his girlfriend. While his intentions may be noble, his actions inadvertently show that he lacks direction or purpose outside of his relationship. Women, on the other hand, are attracted to men who have their own lives, ambitions, and, most importantly, their own sense of identity. A man who is too eager to please others often ends up losing his own voice in the process, and this is not only unattractive, but also unsustainable in the long run. When a man continuously places the relationship above his own needs and desires, he creates an unhealthy power dynamic. Women want a partner who can stand on his own 2 feet, someone who can bring value to the relationship without sacrificing his own well-being. Overdoing it in the nice guy department, being too available, constantly trying to meet every need, may signal to a woman that you don't have much else going on in your life. This behavior diminishes a man's masculinity and sends the wrong message. Instead of being seen as a confident, self-assured partner, he can appear as though he's just going through the motions of being in a relationship without really engaging with his own personal growth. So, what's the solution to this dilemma? Independence is key. Men need to maintain their individuality by staying committed to their personal passions, ambitions, and friendships. Cultivating a sense of self outside of the relationship is what ultimately makes a man more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are confident in their own right, men who have their own dreams and aspirations. If a man prioritizes his own growth and purpose, rather than just trying to please the woman, he becomes a more well-rounded and attractive individual. To break out of the friend zone, a man must understand that he is not defined by the relationship he is in. He must continue to grow, to nurture his passions, and to seek his own goals. When he does this, he not only enhances his own life, but also increases his attractiveness in the eyes of women. Women want a man who is his own person, someone who is independent, confident, and fully engaged in the pursuit of his own dreams. It's this self-sufficiency, this ability to stand tall on his own, that ultimately makes a man irresistible. In summary, don't give up your individuality for the sake of a relationship. Cultivate your own passions, goals, and friendships. Don't let the fear of losing someone make you lose yourself. When you prioritize your own life, you will not only become a more appealing partner, but you will also inspire admiration and respect. So remember this: be the man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to chase it. This is the psychology trick that will help you break out of the friend zone and into the realm of attraction, deep connection, and lasting love. 5. The friendship trap. The friend zone is a notorious place where many nice guys find themselves trapped, and a key reason is that they unknowingly position themselves as just friends rather than potential partners. Kevin, 37, is a perfect example. He's the guy who's always there for his female friends, offering advice, lending a hand with personal problems, and listening when they need to talk. Yet, despite his consistent efforts, Kevin remains stuck in the dreaded friend zone. Why? Because he makes the fatal mistake of assuming that his actions will naturally signal romantic interest. The reality is, they don't. Kevin has been friends with this woman for years, but there's been no romantic spark because, through his actions, he's communicated one thing: he's always available as a friend, never as a potential lover. This is something that many men, especially those with a strong sense of duty or kindness, miss. They think that being supportive and reliable will somehow translate into romantic attraction. But here's the truth: women need clear signals to interpret a relationship as romantic. If a man is always the shoulder to cry on without ever voicing his feelings or intentions, the woman will only see him as a friend, no matter how much time and effort he invests. This is the friendship trap, a common pitfall for nice guys who mistake their supportive, kind behavior for romantic interest. The mistake lies in the assumption that actions alone will create attraction. Women want to feel desired, and it's up to the man to create that desire. If he doesn't actively work to shift the dynamic, the woman will continue to see him as a friend, regardless of how much he might secretly long for more. To escape this trap, a man must make his intentions clear. This doesn't mean waiting for the perfect moment or hoping that the woman will eventually pick up on his feelings. He must be direct and assertive. That means taking the initiative to express his romantic interest, whether through meaningful compliments, physical gestures, or simply telling her how he feels. Showing vulnerability can be a powerful way to create emotional intimacy, but it must be done in a way that signals romantic intent, not just friendship. If a man constantly finds himself stuck in the friend zone, it's time for a reassessment. Is he presenting himself as a friend, or is he demonstrating his romantic potential? Is he relying solely on actions, or is he speaking the language of desire? Only by shifting his approach can he break free from the friend zone and create the romantic spark women crave. The reality is, if a man is always playing it safe, always staying in the background, he'll never ignite the attraction he seeks. Women are drawn to men who exude confidence and assertiveness. A high-value man knows the importance of showing his interest clearly. He doesn't hide behind gestures of friendship. Instead, he takes charge of his intentions and expresses them confidently. The key here is to stop being just the friend. A man must step into his masculine energy and confidently communicate his desires. He must make it clear that he sees her as more than just a companion. The sooner a man takes charge of this dynamic, the quicker he can attract the woman he's truly interested in. A high-value man doesn't sit in the shadows. He steps forward and makes his feelings known. Only then can he turn his friendship into something deeper. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 6. The fear of expressing true emotions. Many nice guys get stuck in the friend zone, not because they're not good enough, but because they fail to express their true emotions. Take Ryan, for example, 42 years old and terrified of being vulnerable. He avoids showing any emotion, thinking that keeping his feelings to himself will make him appear strong and in control. But here's the reality: bottling up emotions only creates distance. Women want to feel connected to a man who is emotionally available, someone they can relate to, someone who is willing to share his heart. This fear of expressing true emotions is one of the biggest obstacles that men face when trying to build deeper relationships. Ryan might think that being closed off will make him seem more masculine or in control, but it often has the opposite effect. Instead of looking strong, he appears distant and emotionally unavailable. Women are left unsure about where they stand, and this lack of clarity can push them further away. But let's be clear, emotional vulnerability is not a weakness. In fact, it is one of the greatest signs of strength. Old Stoic wisdom teaches us that mastering our emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means understanding them and expressing them when necessary. A Stoic man does not hide from his emotions. He owns them and chooses how to express them with purpose and intention. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have, said Epictetus. If you fear being open about your feelings, you're placing too much value on others' judgments rather than embracing who you truly are. Ryan's dilemma is common, and it's not just a matter of showing emotion, it's about being emotionally transparent. A man who refuses to share his true feelings creates a barrier between himself and the woman he desires. Women value honesty and emotional clarity. They want to know where they stand, and they appreciate a man who can communicate his feelings openly without playing games or hiding behind a facade. Think about it. When was the last time you expressed your emotions in a genuine way to someone you cared about? When you withhold your feelings, you're not just closing yourself off from the relationship, you're shutting down the potential for true intimacy. And unfortunately, that keeps you in the friend zone. It creates confusion, uncertainty, and an emotional distance that's hard to bridge. This is where the Stoic mindset can help. Stoicism teaches us that we must embrace our emotions, not deny them. We should have an iron mind, steadfast in our ability to express what we truly feel, especially when it's difficult. Men who can express their emotions with confidence and authenticity are men who attract women on a deeper level. So, how can a man move past the friend zone and into a romantic relationship? It starts with embracing vulnerability and being willing to express your emotions. Don't just say, "I'm fine," when you're not. Don't keep your feelings bottled up, thinking it will make you appear stronger. Instead, share your desires, your fears, your intentions. Show her the real you. Emotional transparency is the gateway to trust, and trust is the foundation of any lasting relationship. This doesn't mean being overly emotional or dramatic, but it does mean being honest about where you stand. When you open up and show your true emotions, you invite intimacy. That's the key to moving from the friend zone to something more meaningful. Men who are afraid to express their emotions are the ones who risk staying in the friend zone indefinitely. To build a deeper connection, be the man who is not afraid to be vulnerable. Strength lies in embracing your emotional reality and sharing it with those you care about. Remember, this is how you attract the right woman, the one who wants a man she can trust, a man with the emotional courage to be honest and open. That is what truly sets you apart. 7. The feeling of not being deserving of love. Many nice guys struggle with the belief that they don't deserve love or affection, often keeping them stuck in the friend zone. This damaging mindset fosters self-doubt and insecurity, preventing them from stepping into fulfilling romantic relationships. Consider Michael, 45, a man who is generous, kind, and supportive toward the women he's interested in. Yet, despite his efforts, he feels unworthy of their love. Deep down, he doesn't believe that he deserves their affection. This internal conflict leads him to downplay his own value or retreat when things get too close, unknowingly sabotaging his own chances for intimacy. This feeling of undesirability becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Women can sense when a man lacks self-confidence and struggles with emotional blockages. No matter how much Michael does for the women he cares about, he can't establish a deeper connection because he doesn't believe he's worth their love. Women are naturally attracted to men who exude confidence and self-assurance, and when a man is stuck in his own head, doubting his worth, it becomes nearly impossible to create a genuine, lasting bond. This cycle of self-sabotage, rooted in a belief of unworthiness, can trap a man in the friend zone indefinitely. To break free from this, men must shift their mindset. Self-love is key. Men like Michael need to learn that they are worthy of love, just as much as anyone else. It starts with acknowledging their inherent value and working to build self-confidence. Cultivating a positive self-image, engaging in activities that affirm one's worth, and surrounding oneself with supportive, encouraging people are essential steps toward healing. Once men recognize that they deserve love, they begin to approach relationships with a healthier mindset, one that is grounded in respect for themselves and the ability to connect authentically with others. When a man truly believes in his own worth, it changes the way he interacts with the world. He no longer seeks validation from others, which makes him more confident, authentic, and emotionally mature. Women are naturally drawn to men who possess these qualities because they convey strength, stability, and a solid sense of self. The truth is, a man who believes in himself doesn't have to fight to prove his value. His worth shines through, effortlessly. And when this happens, he no longer has to stay trapped in the friend zone. He can step into the realm of real, fulfilling romantic relationships. So, men, you must realize that the first step in finding true love is to believe in your own value. It's not about doing more for others or constantly seeking approval. It's about recognizing your worth and knowing that you are deserving of love, affection, and respect. Women are drawn to men who love themselves and carry that energy into their relationships. By working on your own sense of self-worth, you create the foundation for the kind of relationships that aren't just superficial, but deeply meaningful. Remember, true connection starts with you, and the psychology tricks that truly matter aren't about playing games. They're about being grounded in who you are and what you bring to the table. Once you believe in your own value, the right woman will recognize it too. If you've ever struggled with feeling undeserving of love, it's time to change that mindset. Embrace the truth. You are worthy of affection, respect, and deep connection. Like Michael, you can break free from self-doubt and start owning your value. Comment below, I am worthy of love and respect, and take the first step toward embracing your true self-worth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on becoming the confident, high-value man you deserve to be. 8. The inability to create physical connection. A crucial aspect that many nice guys overlook is the power of physical connection in building romantic and sexual attraction. Let's take Daniel, for instance. At 38, Daniel is the ideal gentleman. He opens doors, compliments women sincerely, and is always there when needed. But there's one glaring issue. He fails to establish any form of physical connection. And that, gentlemen, is where the problem lies. Women, just like men, crave physical touch and affection. This doesn't necessarily mean going straight to intimate gestures. It can be something as simple as a casual touch on the arm, holding hands, or even a soft kiss on the cheek. The essence is in making physical connection feel natural, comfortable, and desired by both parties. But Daniel, he never makes that move. He doesn't initiate any physical connection, which leaves women emotionally attached, but not romantically or sexually engaged. So, despite his best efforts, he remains locked in the friend zone. The fact is, for any relationship to progress beyond friendship, there has to be a spark, something physical that ignites attraction. This is where men like Daniel often get stuck. They stay firmly in the friend category because they shy away from initiating romantic touch or simply don't feel confident enough to express their physical interest. But here's the truth you need to grasp. Physical touch is a vital part of how attraction grows. Without it, the relationship will stay stuck in the friend zone and it won't move forward. So, what can you do? To step out of the friend zone, you must embrace the power of physical connection. But don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean being aggressive or crossing boundaries. It means expressing affection and desire in ways that make her feel special and wanted, not pressured. As a high-value man, you understand the importance of respecting boundaries while still conveying your interest. By initiating physical touch in a respectful and thoughtful manner, you shift the dynamic of the relationship. You begin to move from being a friend to someone who is romantically and sexually appealing. Masculine energy isn't just about being strong or confident. It's also about knowing when to step forward and create a connection. It's about reading the room, understanding the moment, and acting on the attraction that's already present. You must learn to embrace the physical element of attraction without hesitation. Don't wait for her to make the first move. Take control of the situation in a respectful way and show her that you're interested, not just as a friend, but as a potential partner. Be the man who can balance emotional connection with physical desire. When you do, you'll start noticing that your relationships begin to shift. You'll stop being just the guy she turns to for advice or a listening ear. Instead, you'll become someone she's truly attracted to, someone she desires, both emotionally and physically. By confidently initiating physical connection, you won't just attract women, you'll attract the right women, those who are looking for a strong, masculine man who knows how to balance affection and attraction. Remember, don't just be a friend. Be the man who knows how to create the kind of physical connection that sparks real attraction. That is how you break free from the friend zone and step into the realm of romance and passion. 9. Sacrificing yourself to please others. Many nice guys find themselves stuck in relationships where they sacrifice their own desires to please others, believing that selflessness will earn them love and affection. Take Jason, for instance. At 40, he constantly puts his girlfriend's needs ahead of his own, always accommodating her and bending over backward to make sure she is happy. Though his selflessness seems admirable at first glance, it wears him down emotionally and leaves him feeling unappreciated. The irony is, despite his efforts, the woman often loses interest. The root of this problem lies in the perception it creates. By prioritizing the woman's needs over his own, Jason unknowingly projects desperation and insecurity. Women are naturally attracted to men who are confident, self-sufficient, and assertive about their own values. Sacrificing one's own needs to cater to another signals a lack of self-respect, and over time, this dynamic erodes attraction. As Old Stoic wisdom teaches, he who is brave is free. Men must learn to embody the iron mind, standing firm in their own beliefs and desires. Constantly giving up one's own happiness leads to burnout, resentment, and the loss of self-worth. The real secret to healthy, lasting relationships is understanding that it's not about pleasing others at the expense of one's own happiness. It's about mutual respect, where both partners understand and prioritize their own well-being. For men, this might mean saying no when something doesn't align with their values or carving out time for personal growth and self-care. When a man sets boundaries and stands by them, not out of arrogance, but out of self-respect, women take notice. A man who knows his own worth and isn't afraid to protect his own needs is infinitely more attractive than the one who offers everything, only to lose himself in the process. Instead of overextending himself, a man should invest in building self awareness and emotional intelligence. By doing so, he not only feels more fulfilled, but he also creates a foundation of respect that allows the relationship to grow in healthy directions. In a world that often rewards self sacrifice, men must recognize that true love isn't built on giving up everything. It thrives on mutual respect, understanding, and equality. Remember, sacrificing yourself for someone else's approval may seem noble in the short term, but it's an unsustainable path that leads to frustration and emotional exhaustion. Instead, adopt the Stoic mindset. To love is to act with integrity. Focus on preserving your sense of self and your values in every relationship, and watch how the dynamics shift towards something truly fulfilling. In relationships, true love requires balance. It requires both partners to respect each other's boundaries, support each other's dreams, and allow each other to grow individually. A man who stands firm in his own needs while showing kindness and respect for others creates a powerful, magnetic presence. By embodying the Stoic principle of maintaining inner strength, no matter what, he attracts those who appreciate him for who he truly is, not just for what he can give. So don't sacrifice your essence for approval. Stand firm in your own worth, and you'll see how the right kind of attraction follows. Embrace the iron mind of the Stoic and watch how you transform your relationships. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. You've now got the tools to break free from the friend zone and step into a more powerful version of yourself. The key is to balance kindness with confidence and emotional depth. Don't let the nice guy label hold you back anymore. Embrace your full potential. Become the man who leads with purpose, knows what he wants, and isn't afraid to make his emotions known. You deserve love and respect. So, if you're ready to make that change and transform your approach to relationships, take action today. Share your thoughts in the comments below and tell me about your experiences. If this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe for more strategies on building real, passionate connections. You're just one step away from unlocking the love you deserve. Let's take that step together.